Right now, I don't discount the fact that there might be some opposition to me, but there is a legal framework. Congress will be held, and persons who are interested in competing for the leadership of the party, as long as they comply with the requirements, are free to compete. So let us keep it clean, let us keep it constitutional.
That was former President David Granger, who has been up against a bombardment of criticism since his defeat at the March 2020 elections. On Friday, he said other party leaders have faced similar criticisms and rejection. Granger singled out the late Desmond Hoyt, who he said was attacked publicly in the press in 1992 after the PNC lost the general and regional elections that year. Although delayed, Granger, during his party's program, The Public Interest, said there will be a Congress and his leadership can be challenged democratically through that medium, while reminding that he was not elected by the Central Executive Committee of the party or any fraction, but rather by the Congress of 2018.
So it seems to be some invention by persons who are actually harming the People's National Congress. And this is not going to strengthen the party in any way. I don't know if the persons behind it feel it will make them more popular by creating this illusion that there is some tsunami of anger at the leader of the party.
Granger stopped short of announcing whether he will run again for leader of the party. Granger explained that Congress is held every 2 years, the last time in 2018. He said while it was due in 2020, those elections were not run off because of the national and general elections. The delay continues because of the COVID-19 pandemic, he said.
So it is not a cut and dried situation, and I can assure you that Central Executive Committee has a report before it and is working on the modalities for having Congress. But right now, as we know, technology is the only way of overcoming the measures, that limit gathering of large numbers of people. And we used to gather at Congress Place, but that's not possible during the pandemic.
Addressing reports of 2 no-confidence motions against him from the Georgetown and East Coast Demerara districts of the PNCR, Granger said the motions are difficult to define. He seems to believe that they are a public tactic by opponents to his leadership. His 76th birthday celebrations last week were overshadowed by criticisms of his leadership style. The latest reproaches, which call into question his one-man show style of leadership, coincided with observances to mark the 10th anniversary of the former president's founding political coalition, A Partnership for National Unity, where Granger continues to serve as its chairman. The criticisms came from the Central Executive Committee of the PNCR. The CC is the highest decision-making body in the PNC. The PNC is the largest party in the APNU-AFC coalition, of which Granger is also the leader. Granger also defended his decision to admit 2 shell parties into the APNU, an issue that has caused much disquiet among members of the PNC. Granger reminded that the PNC was part of the APNU and not the other way around. In recent weeks, the PNCR has faced several resignations by senior youth members and members of the CC. On each occasion, Granger's leadership was criticized amid calls for him to give up the leadership of the party. Granger's leadership has been described, among other things, as dictatorial.